Well, all right, y'all. I was out here trying to get some of my today's purchases. A friend of mine texted me and said that the store had all their plants 75% off. And after I went up there and saved about, I don't know, $200 or $250. You know, the bugs and the blight or whatever got into my herb bed, and they're so expensive. I just couldn't afford to re-up my herb bed. So let me move that. So with today, I thought, for the 75% off, you can't beat that price. I know they look a little weathered and a little worn, but they are still viable. You just take all that dead leaves and stuff off, and then once you get all that off, then you can plant them. I'll probably put them in some pots that I can lift. Used to, it wasn't nothing for me to lift plants and get them in the house for the winter, especially herbs. But now I've got to think about, after having that hernia surgery, not lifting those big old pots and stuff like I did lift. Long time no see, Sheila. I know. Hi, Debbie. I don't know why the chats are kind of gone crazy down there, but I'll try to figure out why. Well, maybe we won't figure out. We'll just go on and do our thing, and if I can see y'all, then I can see the chats. I know the chats are on. But trying to figure out how to get them up on the screen. So what I did is I went up to the store and I thought, I don't know what herbs to even buy anymore. That's how my mind works. I did find this though, and I don't know if in the South, when I was little and a long time before that, everybody had rose moss. It didn't matter whose house you went to, they always had rose moss. White, orange, this color. And you can't hardly kill it. And it loves the hot sun. So I got two of these. They had three and I bought two. And I'm not gonna, these are not herbs, of course, y'all. But once you get a start of this, you'll have it from now on, because the little flowers here, they dry out in a little ball. Then you crack that open and there's oodles of seed inside each one of those. But that's a good ground cover. That's a good pot. It's good even to have it at the cemetery. But a lot of it died out and you just don't find rose moss anymore. So I was happy. I was pleasantly happy to get that, because I thought, there's nothing like those blooms, those pretty pink and yellow and orange blooms. And then this was a plant that I have not seen. Looks like my hair in the morning. I looked at that and I thought, Billie Jean, that looks just like you when you get out of bed. Or when you're in them cooking videos. I don't try to do anything or primp or nothing no more. No sense in it. But I love this. It's called, it's an ornamental grass, and it's called Spiral Rush. Spiral Rush. And I think that be very similar to a pencil plant, kinda probably. So what I'll do is I'll take all this dead stuff off. A lot of them are dead, little ones. But I just love that. So of course, when you love something, you get two pots of it. So we can put it. Grandma Lois, I'm wearing Grandma Lois stuff on my head today. Flowers. I don't have any flowers right now, but this spiral rush will be a good addition. And as this stuff grows, I'll show you. I bought these larger bushes back here. Now this is that Tacamera plant. It loves full shade to partial shade, so you can't mess it up. This is called Cape Town Orange here. And here is those beautiful, they kind of look like trumpet vine flowers in a way, kind of like a trumpet vine. Hi David, good to see you. Hi Jimmy. Glad y'all came on this rainy, well, shadowy day. Then I got this flowering shrub here, and it looks like jasmine flowers, kind of. And I think these had been like $39.99, might as well say $40. And I got them, I think, for, well, 75% be $10. But those will get really, really big. And then I had a coupon too, so. Now this is the most interesting plant that I have seen. It's like a fern foliage. It's called artillery plant. Now that's very, very unique, and that'll be beautiful. Just think how beautiful that'll be in a big, kind of a flat pot, and then that just going out over the sides of it. Boy, the birds were out here a while ago. I wish that I'd have got going sooner. There's a few you can hear, but with this weather being so overcast, they seem to not like that. Now everybody has this, or have, especially when I was little, the asparagus fern. You can't beat this. If you want a beautiful fern, but I think this is very toxic to children and cats. I'm not sure. But you can keep this outdoors and move it indoors. I started, I didn't bring on the live because a little dog just kept barking and barking and barking, and I'd growl at him and then bark some more, of course. So I couldn't come on because of him wanting to be in the production, and I couldn't even hear myself think. Now this is a beautiful. Now I've not seen this. This is a sweet potato vine, you know, without the sweet potato. I have the green. I think I've seen this. This is called Sweet Georgia Heart Red. Now these, I just think they're absolutely beautiful. Once you get this planted in with your other mixture of stuff, full sun, keep it moist. It gets 4 to 6 high, 20 to 24 inch, and then the blooms grow from the foliage. So it must have a small bloom that will come out. So those are just some of the, wait, one more. Y'all all up north know what rhubarb is. Well, I have never planted rhubarb. Grandmother had it. Everybody had a rhubarb. We made rhubarb pies. So I'm going to try it. I bought 2 of these. They were like $1 something for these plants here. So we're going to try a hand at rhubarb. because I do like it. And you can freeze that. You can put it in those ceiling meal bags, cut your rhubarb off. And now this is where it gets interesting. Well, kind of. I mean, it does. I've got so many herbs. I bought a pot, a small pot of a lot of herbs. So I'm going to have to figure out which one goes with who likes who don't want a divorce, who wants to get married, all that, because if you don't, you'll end up with a mishmash of herbs, and then if you little things come off of them, then you won't remember which flavor you got, especially with this sage. This is sage. But on this sage now, something new. Billy Jean's got something new that he didn't know. So this here is pineapple sage. Can y'all believe it? They're not just, I've got my wheelbarrow down here at the bottom, and I'm going to show you the different, there's the mint. So we've got sage, and of course rosemary. Let me kind of go through these, because I haven't even, now this is a good one here. This is that hot and spicy oregano. Smells so good, and that's a decent plant. I think this was 69 cents. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Can't buy if you even bought a 69-cent plant and didn't grow, put it in the dirt or nothing, you'd have that 69 cents for an herb like oregano. Chop it, dry it, chop it. You'd be better off than buying it at the store, and it'd be halfway. I bought 2 of those hot and spicy oreganos. Now those are going to be good for cooking. All right, now we'll get into lemon. I like lemon in my tea. I like hot lemon tea. I like, lemon's just good for you. So I went ahead and I got the mint. What I meant to say was mint. I love mint tea. I love lemon in my tea. But this is the lemon mint. Now it looks kind of wonky there, but it'll be fine once I get a hold of it. So you've got lemon mint. You've got apple mint. Now this is going to be an interesting. I've never used apple mint. Now I've had some lemon mint a long time ago, and I really liked it. Okay, let's go on. That's apple. Okay. Now then, this is pineapple mint. Now see how all that old dead stuff's on there? We'll just cut that off, and your plant's peeking out there. Let's see what it has to say about the use it in jellies, sauces for lamb dish, herbal teas, ice drinks, garnishes, plant in container or border garden. Well, that's gonna be so good. Those different mints. So we've got lemon, apple, and pineapple. And of course we couldn't go without just regular mojito mint. That smells kind of like spearmint, really. Got more sage. Okay, here's the Red Dirt Company. This is English thyme. Now that's really good when you're, it smells so great, y'all. When you use this fresh stuff in your, and you have it and you use it in your recipes, you won't want to use dried herbs anymore. But it's work, okay? Yeah, it's work, and it's a lot of work, especially being a caregiver. But I think it's beneficial to us. So now we've got here. Uh, this is the Genovese basil, the Italian basil, which is you can infuse that with your oils, your olive oils. There's a way to do that so you don't have to buy that expensive oils. My table's getting full here. Rosemary, this one is just your plain old rosemary. Now that'll take over your yard, so you need to make sure you plant it somewhere where you're going to enjoy it. Now I bought this because I've never grown catnip. I just wanted to see what, Lord, I don't know. I think that makes a cat go crazy. So I may be pulling it up if it brings them cats around out in the yard or something. I'm not sure. But catnip, we'll just have to see. I saw one sitting there and I thought, I've never grown catnip. It says aromatic leaves have a bewitching, oh Lord, there be bewitched effect on the cat. Fresh or dried leaves make a soothing herbal tea, or used dried leaves to fill cat toys. Well, I'm not going to be making no damn cat toys. It says protect the plants until established to prevent damage. Then you spread the seeds. So that's kind of interesting. We'll set you down there because I don't want you I don't want you affecting my herbs. Lord, that's all I need to be cooking and make somebody wild. Get all wild and woolly. Now here's fennel. Fennel's a good thing. It's got the bulbous base. It looks kind of like a celery stalk in a way. Yeah, I've added this to salads and I saute this once you get that up. And then here's your marjoram. Tomato soup, pasta, and yeah, I would put this in with my oil and vinegar. That's what I used to do. But then that's a variegated marjoram. Gosh, I've got so many herbs. Okay. This is another rosemary. I'm trying to get to the end of this. I really am. Here's some oregano. Now, I like this oregano. This is the sweet, just the sweet oregano. When you smell that, you think of spaghetti. Because that's what I always put in my Mama's put it in her spaghetti, and I put it in my spaghetti. Everybody puts it in their spaghetti. Now, let me see. There's some more sweet basil. I see those are already flowering, so that'll be a good thing there. And now I don't know if any of y'all have used lemongrass. Let's see what it allows on here about lemongrass. Sauces and stews, soups, and scallion, stalks. Use it. It's a culinary delight. Yeah, that's. Gosh, it smells so good. All this. That's an Asian photograph, so basically I guess they use this in Asian food. I haven't cooked a lot of Asian food in my time. I can, but I just haven't. I haven't. And now here's our sage. I think I got 2 or 3 different kinds of sage. And then here's sorrel. There's your sorrel. sorrel and sage. And let's see now, this is that it's called an aluminum plant. This is not a herb, but I thought it was just beautiful. See how that variegated leaves are? I just think that's just beautiful. Once that gets blossomed out and big, that's going to be really, really nice looking. And now I'll get all these herbs tomorrow and try to, I got water on my glasses, try to get them, I'm looking to see. Jenny Lee says catnip is good for repelling bugs. Oh, mosquitoes. I just now saw it. I thought, well, I heard it'll bring them to the door. I don't know if it's talking about cats or people. I don't need none of it's people. I get enough that come to the door already. I give my inside catnip treats, Jimmy says. Bonnie Allen, hi Bonnie. Anita Rose. It's hard to see those. Them are tiny today. Y'all are little bitty because I probably didn't turn on the right thing, but that's fine. Here's 2 pieces of basil that fell off. You know, we'll have to take that in and rinse it off so we don't waste nothing. I told y'all don't waste nothing. Now this is that silver carpet. Now these leaves, I've had this before. And boy, it is beautiful. Some of it, sometimes I think it's about the same thing as a lamb's ear plant. They had this for $2, this big thing. But once that gets cut, and it makes a really beautiful short plant. So I think that, see, that's the way it looks. And that's the word. Statius, silver carpet. So, then we've got a few other plants, but that's basically, now my pineapple behind me here, that's my big pineapple plant that I grow. I've got my tomatoes growing. Gosh, they've gotten up to my waist. They've gotten so big with all this rain that Texas and Oklahoma and Arkansas have all had this rain. It's made our plants get pretty big. Mother and I both have doctor's appointments this week. I go tomorrow to my cancer oncologist tomorrow, and we'll see what they have to say about my blood being too thick and too many blood cells and all that kind of stuff. But we'll just deal with it. You know, you learn to deal with things, y'all. I finally got Mom. Not that she really needs it right now, but I finally got Mom a little electric wheelchair. I had it at the, I got it from a lady that's husband passed away. It's one of those Nighthawk, and I got it for just little and nothing, a few $100s, and they're a few $1,000s. And I'm so happy because now she will be able to, if we go, then I won't have to push her, and she'll feel less, you know, restrained from me having to push her in that little walker sitter thing. So I was glad to do that. And we can get out and ride down the walk, and she come out the other day and saw the roses, and so I'm trying to, I keep her in mind every minute of the day. There's nobody more important than my mother. And my siblings, they know that I'm here if they need me, or my friends, but mother comes first. And so the meatloaf went well yesterday. The cream potatoes went really well yesterday. She she ate really good. You know, when we get food that we grew up on, it's reminiscent. It brings us kind of back to a simpler place in time, and so that's why I'm always making some of the older recipes, because it brings back memories to me. Plus, it shares it with my friends, and it brings back mother. Maybe she'll remember things that grandmother cooked. You know, so that's why I do that. And I'll be so glad, y'all, when all these storms get over with all the country. They're everywhere. These tornadoes are dropping down, and you know, you just never know. You just get near little mother and I. We don't have a storm cellar here. Did all my life. I think I lived half my life in a storm cellar, but that's all right. I'm here to talk about it. But when we were in Bonham, when I was little, a tornado come through, and if it hadn't been for that storm cellar, I think we would have probably not made it. It tore barns up, it moved cows, it was just unreal. So, you know, there's a blessing, and I'm glad I'm still here to talk about the good old days. And let me see if I can see. Yes, please hit the button. I don't know what that means, but hit the button. And y'all try to get more subscribers for me if you don't mind. It don't cost a thing. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because it helps. It really does help. And we do the best that we can, but most of the time I'm ripping and roaring so much I don't have time to say hardly hello or how y'all doing. I try to acknowledge y'all because I enjoy you. I enjoy your comments. I cannot answer all those comments anymore. Sometime I can sit down and answer them, but most of the time, if I get a heart on them and get it on, so you know that I saw it, that's my basic thing. Sometimes if you comment, I might respond at 3 a.m. in the morning, because I'm still up usually. I'm washing clothes, or I'm washing dishes or something, you know, to try to even out my day, evening, morning. But I hope all of y'all are doing good. Everything I see, it seems like y'all are doing great. We're all in this together. Don't forget that. You know, when people are hurt, I hurt. And, you know, I pray that for each and every one of you, and I hope y'all do the same for us, because Mama's 93 now, and she's trucking along, and I'm trucking along, trying to keep her trucking along, and so that's about all there is to it today. God bless you, like I tell you. I did make some. I took the ham and the pieces of pork chop, and I put them into the Instant Pot with some red beans, and I'm gonna make some cornbread in a little bit, and that'll be good on this cool day. We'll have a glass of iced tea and a bowl of beans with ham and pork in it, and a green onion. And when I start planting these in a day or so, because I've got doctor tomorrow, I'll come back. We'll talk to you soon.